Hey guys, back again here with another Arcade1Up. As you know, if you watch my channel, I do a lot of Arcade1Up stuff, just a lot of arcade stuff, but then also a lot of random stuff. So my channel's more random, but if you do like what you see, you do want to subscribe, please do. Like my video, share it, subscribe. I can always use new subscribers, just ignore all the videos that you don't like. But I did just get a new Arcade1Up. I got the Midway Legacy Cabinet, which has 12 games on it. Is themed after Mortal Kombat 2. The box came from Best Buy, ordered it just the other day. It is pretty ripped up outside, as a lot of these boxes are. The bottom here I noticed when UPS was bringing it up. But I expect the inside to be pretty good, since it's usually packaged pretty good. But yeah, very cool. The list of games is covered up, but it does have all the games that were on the Mortal Kombat cabinet, all the games that were on the Rampage cabinet, which I have right over here. And this is what it'll be replacing for me. It'll be replacing my Rampage cabinet. I am selling this to a friend of mine, so he'll get a lot of use out of that. And I didn't necessarily really want the Mortal Kombat games, since I do have a full-size Mortal Kombat 4 arcade machine with the circuit boards for 3 and 2, but I'm like, okay, I'll take those, and maybe I'll sell my Mortal Kombat arcade machine. I still haven't decided on that yet. It's kind of tough since that's original with the CRT and everything. But the other games it does have is Tapper, Bubbles, Tubin, Wizardry of War, and Paperboy. So kind of those additional games. I don't know if I can get the sticker off to show it. Can't. But kind of with those additional games, as well as the games that a Rampage has, is the reason I got it. So Rampage obviously is a 3-player Rampage. This one will just be a 2-player Rampage. Gauntlet, which is on the Rampage, was only 2-player on the Rampage, so it's the same thing on here. Defender, I hear, is easier to control on this as well. So there are some complaints that people have already had that have gotten this in the past already, since it's been out for a month now or so. I'll go over those when I review it, but I'm going to assemble it in 8 to 10 speed, you'll see on the video here. So it'll be shortly. I'll put time codes in for when I'm done assembling it, so if you just want to skip ahead to my thoughts and basic review. I don't go into super detail with the review, but give you my thoughts and opinions as just a layman. You know, maybe I will do a quick comparison to my actual arcade, just to kind of see, because this has obviously full, real arcade buttons and controller and everything, just to kind of see my feel of how it feels for Mortal Kombat versus the real Mortal Kombat arcade machine, to give you some thoughts there. So I'm going to go ahead and assemble this thing, and then we'll come back and give you my thoughts and opinions and a basic review. Alright guys, so have this thing together. Want to go over some games in it real quick. I am booting up my full-size Mortal Kombat. I have this one right next to it. I haven't booted it up yet. So let me see. Boot this up. It does have the, from what I've seen, there's a cool splash screen when it comes up while that thing loads as well. So I want to show you some general comparisons of this. That is the full-size system. It's going to be much louder. Let's see. Let's get some volume on this. So that's very cool. One of Liu Kang's fatalities. I want to say that's MK3 that's fatality, and it shows an MK2 arcade. I can't remember exactly. It's been a while since I played either of them, even though I got the machine right there. Let's just go right on to MK2, or MK3, sorry. And we'll start it off just to kind of put it against that to see the looks. I did boot this up a little bit before I did the video. So some of these I did turn scan lines on or off. There is a way to turn that. I'll show you that as well. But here we go. To give you a comparison on 1-ups in general, a lot of people, are always saying that these are too short compared to a full-size arcade. You can see I got it right next to it. The control deck. Obviously this is flat, this is angled. So this is higher where the controls are, but not by a lot, if you can see that. And the controls themselves, these bat tops on here, as well as the little stick below it, is probably maybe a 1/4 inch bigger than these in terms of height. They do feel better. These are HAP, all HAP controls in here. HAP, I don't remember if these were HAP competition I bought. I bought them 20 years ago when I got this thing. Button-wise, these do feel more quality, but they're close. They're going to be more responsive for sure, because arcades are always more responsive with the arcade controls. They're better controls. So this I do not expect to be as responsive. So let's just try Mortal Kombat and see how it goes. So let me readjust the camera so you can see it better. One thing I can tell you right now is just standing where I feel comfortable, the screen is cut off. Like if I stand right here, I cannot see where it says choose your destiny. So if you see that on the screen, so it's definitely, that is a disadvantage, and something that I am 5'10". If you are 6 feet taller, that is going to be a huge issue for you, I think. So it's playing decent. It's not difficult to pull off the moves. If I do sell my full-size Mortal Kombat, I probably will replace these controls with better controls. That's something I normally never do. And for the rest of the games on here, I probably don't care. So, but for Mortal Kombat, if this becomes my primary Mortal Kombat machine, I would definitely want better controls. But if this stays as, if I keep the other one and this is just a secondary Mortal Kombat, then no big deal. I wouldn't care too much. So, the fatality is pretty straightforward on that. Not horrible compared to that for the money. Although I did pay less actually for this full-size Arcade MK4 20 years ago than I paid for this yesterday. Let's go back to another game. Other things I would say, if you saw when I was putting it together, if you watched that, I did have some issues with the kick plate and other things, because it puts together differently than the other ones did. The older ones, the kick plate just slides in. This one you have to put it in and then line up the second side on top of it, just like you normally would with the monitor and the top. So that created a few challenges for me. You might have saw me banging it in because the monitor wasn't quite in all the way and everything else seemed to fit. So I actually was just banging on the side at one point to get it together. So, but it did go together. Not too bad. This is below the sides, so this is another complaint people have. Some people are moving it up by putting like just a little riser or a piece of wood in there or something to raise it higher to its level. Because this, if you're playing this would rub against your hand, potentially rub off the red. mean, they have the deck protector on the deck, but they don't have anything protecting the molding. And this is just paint, I think, or whatever. It's not real molding like the real arcade machine. So I could foresee this rubbing off as you're playing. Not necessarily on player 2, because where you're going to have your hand that's going to be moving is mostly there. Player 1, for sure. This is cool, because you, instead of going back to the game, you can actually pause it and go back right into the game. And I guess it's always player 1. So that's kind of cool. You can kind of pause it like a console system. Let's quit out. Let's check out another game. I'm going to check out Defender. Defender is horrible to play on the Rampage cabinet. And I should have just looked at what the controls were, but I'm guessing it's all with these 5 buttons here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. Block is just, when it turns around. So, oops, you killed me. Let's see if I can get this down. Oop, that was hyper drive over. Oop. So yeah, this is much easier to play than Defender was. If I can remember what buttons or what. There we go. Which one's shoot? I'm obviously horrible at Defender. It's been years since I played. But that is cool. Makes Defender a lot easier. Let's go and click back. The one thing I saw, so player 2 will enter the settings for each game. So if we go to Rampage, player 2, you do have scan lines and difficulty. I noticed on some of them it has another option. So let's turn scan lines on. So let's go Rampage. So Rampage, the big difference between the original Rampage cabinet, which I have, and this one, is obviously this is only going to be 2-player. So from any controller you can pick who you want to be. Scan lines are on. Scan lines look decent. They maybe look a little bit better on the Sega cabinets, the ones I have, the Outrun and the Golden Axe. This definitely looks better than the Rampage with the better monitor. It's more crisp and clear, more vibrant colors, I would say. The other one is the Generation 1, so it is washed out comparatively, to this. So that's very cool. Rampage plays decent. Go back, except for I jumped in. Quick game. Let's play some Tapper. That is one of the new games and one of the games I wanted. This game is, there's 2 versions of it. The Root Beer Tapper is the more family-friendly one. The other one actually has a Budweiser logo and everything. So, very cool game though. I think it's cool. It's one of the games that made me decide to get this and sell my Rampage cabinet. This and Paperboy. So I'll try Paperboy next. See how that is without the bicycle handles. I assume it's going to play like the regular Nintendo one back in the day. You had only a left or right, up and a down on those, obviously on the consoles. So yeah, very cool. There is a bonus round. If I get past round 2 or 3, I think you get the bonus round. So that's pretty cool. Let's try Paperboy. Give you my thoughts on this. I did play this before. Scan lines are on it. You probably can't see, but there is a little 2 dots on the left. If I move my controller up or down, you can see it move. So I don't know. Let me see. My camera work is probably really shoddy, but you can see that the 2 lines there moves up or down. That is your speed. So when you're playing, wherever that is starts you off as your speed. So like, let me start the game. So it'll start me off going really slow since I already moved it there. So that's kind of, I guess your bike handles, you can have them stuck in a position before you even start the game. They're your pedals or whatever. So that is your speed, left or right. Then will get you. It'll take some getting used to for sure, but I'm guessing, playing it with this, you'll be able to get used to it. Not as easy to control as handlebars, obviously, but, yeah. Game I haven't played in a long time. That's what it is. But yeah, so that'll take some getting used to. But I could see where the controller won't be horrible. It's not ideal for sure. That is definitely not an ideal situation. Go back. What other games would we want to try? Let's try Tubin. I haven't played this thing in maybe but once 20 years ago. Who knows? It's been forever. Okay, here we go. This is a obviously vertical game. So they did the same thing that they did on the Sega, where they put some graphics on the side to kind of make it where it's not just black space. So that's kind of cool. No idea how to play this game. Dude, no, I guess I can't hit that. I guess I don't know, do buttons do anything? I have no idea. Oh, I guess that will turn me. I'll throw stuff. I'm obviously not good at this game at all. But it's cool. I like that they do the side kind of bright. It almost looks like the way this monitor is and the way that is on Golden Axe too when you play Wrestle War. It's bright enough where it almost looks like it's just lit up. It's like side panels that are just lit up. So that's kind of cool. I do like the menu overall. You know, just having your 12 games right there. Quick and easy selection. One thing I did before I started filming again is there was a test. I don't know what I pushed. Maybe it's in the manual, but something came up with like a controller test. It had to be something over here. It was really odd. It doesn't say anything on here. 1 to select, 2 to enter settings, 1 and 2 to pause, and 2 for 5 seconds to reset the game. There is nothing that says test. So I don't know how I got into the button test. It might be in the instructions. I haven't read them. I probably won't. I don't care about a button test. But then also this is cool too. When you just leave it sit, it'll go into, you know, demos of, it'll pick a random game if you don't have a game loaded and just start playing those demos. So that's kind of cool. And then as soon as you move over, it goes back to the menu, you know, because you're not actually in that game yet. So that's pretty cool. I think this was definitely a worthwhile investment for me to upgrade from my Rampage cabinet. Like I said, I'm going to sell that to a friend of mine and he'll get some enjoyment out of that. He did not want the Mortal Kombat games because he has younger kids that he wants to play, and he doesn't want that for them right now at this point. So he didn't want to buy this brand new. But he's cool with the other one. He wants Rampage, Joust, you know, Gauntlet, stuff like that. You know, it'd be cool for him. And it was definitely worthwhile. If I only had the Mortal Kombat and I didn't mind about the screen being different, you might want to keep that if you didn't care about any of the other games. If you had the Mortal Kombat already, that might be the way to go, because it is much more vertical. It needs to be pushed back. You know, it probably wouldn't have cost them much to make those, you know, the routed slots in the side angled back and put another piece of wood a little bit longer up here, you know, just to go back further, and that would have made it better in terms of visibility. Because standing here, the wings that people keep calling, they're saying the wings, this is obvious to put this back instead of up front, because if it was even closer to you, you would see less of the screen. So they kind of put it in a spot where they thought it would be suitable for most people. But even myself at 5'10", I do get part of the screen cut off when I stand closer. If I stand back and kind of hunch over, which is maybe the way, you know, a lot of people play arcade games, it's not. I can see it. So that would be my #1 complaint, is the way the angle is with the monitor, with the marquee. I do also usually normally flip over the very top. I know you can't see me like where I'm pointing or anything, but the very top panel, I flip it over when I install it because I don't like all the stickers on it. This one is not painted. It's not black on the other side, so I couldn't flip it over. And then down here at the bottom with the fake coin doors, I don't like that. I wish that was just solid black, or even put the name of the games on it again. You know, 12 games to take up some space, but I just don't like the black that has the fake look, because it's really fake. I mean, I have real coin door right there. It's not even comparable. But I guess it's something, you know. So, but yeah, I would say, you know, it's not a bad machine overall. I would say for general consumer. If you're a super hardcore gamer, arcade gamer, yeah, just like I say with all the other ones, it's not going to be your thing. You're going to want to upgrade it. You're going to complain about not being able to see the screen, which I am too myself, about not being able to see the screen. But, you know, take it for what it is. I think I'll find enjoyment out of it. It's a fine upgrade for me for the Rampage cabinet, for what I have. I plan to play all the games, maybe not the Mortal Kombat games, though, except for maybe Mortal Kombat 1, because in here I have Mortal Kombat 2, 3, and 4. I just got to pull the thing away from the wall to plug one in or the other one. But, yeah, the other games I think are pretty good. Monitor is really nice, actually. It's pretty crisp and clear. So, take it for what it is. Thank you for watching my video. I know I've been rambling for a little bit, but if you stuck around, thank you. And feel free to subscribe to my channel. Check out my other videos. They are random. I just kind of post anything I feel like posting. Recently, it's been a lot of Arcade1Up over the past year or so during quarantine. But I also will post car stuff, music stuff, me eating hot foods, doing stupid things. So, yeah, you know, a lot of the videos might not be for you, but maybe you'll enjoy them, maybe not. But please subscribe, like the videos that you do, click that thumbs up on those, and let other people know. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.